Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to Weekly Wildlife Wisdom. So far, I've been your host, Zero Yeti, and this week we're going to be doing all picks from Aura Master, the main host of the channel, because it's his birthday, or it was his birthday a couple weeks back, but we were both busy. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. The first animal of the week being Crotrimus orbis, better known as the Pacific spiny lumpsucker or Pacific spiny lumpfish. It is a species of bony fish in the family Cyclopteridae, which inhabit the northern Pacific coast of North America from Washington State uh, to the Aleutian Islands of Alaska, as well as the Bering Strait, Chukchi Sea, and around northern Japan. They tend to be found in nearshore waters up to 500 feet or 150 meters in depth, where they dwell around eelgrass beds, rocky reefs, kelp patches, bays, shipwrecks, docks, harbors, and other aquatic structures. They tend to live alone or in small groups and feed upon various slow moving vertebrates, such as worms, small crustaceans, and mollusks. They are even known to occasionally pick the parasites off of other fish, a behavior that has led these lumpsuckers, along with their relatives, particularly the Atlantic lumpsucker, to be kept as a form of biological parasite control on fish farms. Pacific spiny lumpsuckers are themselves preyed upon by cod, sablefish, sculpins, and lancefish, reaching around 1 to 7 inches, or 2.5 to 18 centimeters in length. Pacific spiny lumpsuckers are a globular shaped fish with a wide mouth, large lips, protruding eyes, and a squared dorsal fin, as well as a rounded caudal fin and thin, transparent pectoral fins. The lumpsucker's pelvic fins have evolved into a large fringed suction cup, allowing it to attach to the surfaces like rocks or kelp, where they tend to sit motionless and use camouflage to avoid detection. This sucker also compensates the fish for its lack of gas bladder and the fact they are poor swimmers. They do not have scales, and instead the body of the fish is covered in cone-shaped plates called tubercles. They may vary in color from green to yellow to brown to red to orange. Spawning occurs in shallow, warmer waters from July to October, with females laying around 200 orange spherical eggs in a sheltered hole. After the eggs are laid, they are guarded and cared for by the male until hatching some 3 to 8 weeks later. Next up is Miko chrysolucos, better known as the golden white marmoset or the gold white tassel ear marmoset. It is a species of small monkey endemic to the Amazon rainforest in the eastern Amazonas state of Brazil. Like other marmosets, the golden white marmoset is a highly social species, often living in groups of anywhere from 8 to 20 individuals. They are a heavily arboreal species, which spends much of their time in the forest canopy. These monkeys primarily feed upon various tree gum, sap, and nectar, occasionally supplementing this diet with seeds, fruits, nuts, and some insects and some small vertebrates. With an average body length of 7.5 to 10.2 inches, or 10 to 26 centimeters in length, and a tail length of 11.8 to 14.2 inches, or 30 to 36 centimeters, and a weight around 10.6 to 15.9 ounces, or 300 to 450 grams, golden white marmosets are a species of small primate which can be distinguished by the tufts of long white hair adorning their ears, with their face, hands, and feet being pink and the rest of the coat, my stomach's growling at me, the rest of the coat being a mix of cream, pale yellow, and orange in color. Mating may occur year-round. After a 130 to 170 day pregnancy, a mother golden white marmoset will give birth to 1 to 2 young. The rearing of young is shared between the members of the group, and the young will begin to be weaned around 2 months old. The young will reach sexual maturity around 12 to 18 months, but will not reach adult size for another year. Under ideal conditions, a golden white marmoset may live upwards of 7 years. Next up, we have Balearica pavonina, better known as the black-crowned crane, is a species of large bird in the family Gruidae, which is endemic to the wetlands, grasslands, croplands, marshes, lakes, and rivers of sub-Saharan Africa. There are two recognized subspecies, the West African black-crowned crane and the Sudan black-crowned crane. The black-crowned cranes typically live alone or in pairs, but may be found in groups of up to 20 birds. Black-crowned cranes are generalist feeders with a diet consisting of seeds, grains, nuts, fruits, grasses, insects, and other invertebrates, and the occasional small vertebrate, such as lizard, amphibian, or fish. Black-crowned cranes are themselves preyed upon by crocodiles, large monitor lizards, wild dogs, large cats, hyenas, and large birds of prey. Reach around 3.41 feet or 1.04 meters in length and 6.9 to 8.8 pounds or 3.1 to 4 kilograms in weight, with a 5.9 to 6.6 foot or 1.82 meter wingspan. These large birds sport long necks and thin legs. Naturally, it is characterized by its dark slate gray to black plumage, and it has stiff golden feathers at the top of its head which make up its crown. Now, the other distinct features of this bird include white feathers on the upper section of the wings and a small pouch of red skin called the gular sac hanging underneath their chins. Juveniles are mostly gray with a brown crown and nape, and gray to brown body. Breeding occurs from May to December for the West African cranes and from July to January for the Sudan cranes, varying depending on the local weather. Nests are built within or on the edges of dense wetlands and are constructed with grasses and sedges modified to a circular platform. Here, 1 to 3 eggs are laid and then incubated in shifts by both parents for 28 to 31 days until hatching. The chicks will forage with their parents in grassland areas the day after hatching. Fledging takes place 60 to 100 days after hatching, and under ideal conditions, a black-crowned crane may live up to 30 years. Now we have Taiasu peccari, better known as the white-lipped peccary. It is a species of peccary found in Central and South America and the only member of the genus Taiasu. There are 5 recognized subspecies: T.P. peccari, T.P. aequatoris, T.P. alberostris, T.P. ringens, and T.P. spiridens. White-lipped peccaries are native throughout much of North, Central, and South America, from as far north as Mexico to as far south as Argentina. Here they inhabit tropical rainforests, dry forests, grasslands, mangrove swamps, savannas, and scrublands, up to 6,200 feet or 1,900 meters in elevation. They are a nomadic and social species which lives in herds of up to 300 individuals. They feed upon fruit, seeds, nuts, various plants, fungi carrying eggs, invertebrates, fish, and even small land vertebrates. White-lipped peccaries are themselves preyed upon by jaguars, pumas, and boa constrictors. Average around 35 to 53 inches or 90 to 135 centimeters in length, around 35 inches or 90 centimeters tall at the shoulders, with around 60 to 88 pounds or 27 to 40 kilograms in weight. The white-lipped peccary is a pig-like ungulate covered in dark hair which is cream on certain parts of the underside, such as the throat and pelvic regions. Breeding occurs year-round, and after a 158-day pregnancy, a mother white-lipped peccary will give birth to 1 to 4 young. Under ideal conditions, a white-lipped peccary may live up to 28 years. Next up is Ancathaster plansii, better known as the crown of thorn starfish or the cots. COTS is a large species of starfish which is native to the tropical and subtropical latitudes of the Red Sea. Excuse me, my stomach's growling. As well as the Indian Ocean and Pacific Ocean. Here they inhabit coral reefs and hard coral communities where they feed upon the corals themselves, as well as encrusting sessile vertebrates and carrion. These starfish eat by extruding their stomach out through their mouth over the surface. The stomach then secretes digestive enzymes that liquefy the coral soft tissue, allowing the starfish to slurp up the coral. This means a white scar of coral skeleton devoid of life is left behind the starfish as it feeds. An individual crown of thorn starfish can consume up to 6 square meters or 65 square feet of living coral. These starfish sport elongated sharp spines which cover nearly the entire saponin toxins known as astriosaponins. While a placide has no mechanism for injecting the toxin, if attacked, the spines perforate the tissue of any predator and thus release said toxins. In humans, this immediate cause is a sharp stinging pain that can last for several hours, and persistent bleeding, nausea, and tissue swelling that may last a week or more. Surprisingly, there are around 11 species known to prey upon the cods, including pufferfish, triggerfish, small painted shrimp, polychaete worms, a hermit crab, a sea urchin, a large polyp-like creature known of the Cnidarian genus Coronactus, and the Triton's trumpet snail. Reach around 10 to 14 inches or 25 to 35 centimeters across. The crown of thorn starfish sport a central disc from which radiates up to 21 arms. Although the body of the crown of thorns has a stiff appearance, it is quite soft and able to bend and twist around the contours of the corals on which it feeds. Ideal conditions of cots may live 8 to 17 years. Next up is Gypnohyrax angolensis, or angolans. Better known as the palm-nut vulture or vulturine fish eagle, is a large bird of prey in the family Accitripidae, or Accitridae, and the only member of its genus, Gypnohyrax. Palm-nut vultures are found throughout most of the coastal areas of the African continent, from Gambia to Kenya and as far south as South Africa, being most common in wetlands, mangrove swamps, and coastal forests. Unusual for birds of prey, palm-nut vulture regularly feeds upon the fleshy fruit husks of the oil palm and on the palm fruits of raffia palms, as well as dates, oranges, other fruits, some grains, and acacia seeds. Such plants make up around 60% of the palm-nut vulture's diet, whilst the remaining 40% is comprised of fish, carrion, amphibians, insects, crustaceans, mollusks, small mammals, eggs, small reptiles, and other birds. Reach around 2 feet or 60 centimeters in length and around 2.9 to 3.7 pounds or 1.3 to 1.7 kilograms in weight, with a 4.9 foot or 1.5 meter wingspan. The palm-nut vulture is the smallest species of old-world vulture. Its plumage is all white except for the black areas in its wings and tail. It has a red patch around each eye, and the juveniles are brown with yellow eye patches. In flight, the species resembles an eagle more than a typical vulture, and it can sustain flapping flight, so it is not heavily reliant on thermals. These birds typically form lifelong mated pairs and may breed year-round, depending on local resource availability. During each breeding, the hare will construct a nest, a large nest based on local resource availability. And they build this high up in a tall tree. Here, the mother will lay a single white and brown egg, which is incubated until hatching by both sexes over a period of 4 to 6 weeks. Normally, around 85 to 90 days after hatching, the young brown chicks will fledge. Under ideal conditions, the palm nut vulture is around 3 to 4 years of age and move up to 27. Next in our extinct animal week is the pipistrelle murray, better known as the Christmas Island pipistrelle, or pipistrelle, is extinct species of Vesper bat, which is found only on Christmas Island, Australia. The Christmas Island pipistrelle, or pipistrelle, was first scientifically described in 1900 by British paleontologist Charles William Andrews. Its species name Murray, or Murray, is likely inspired by Sir John Murray, who helped pay for Andrews' expedition to Christmas Island. Reaching around 1.4 to 1.6 inches or 35 to 40 millimeters in body length, and around 0.11 to 0.16 ounces or 3 to 4.5 grams in weight, the Christmas Island pipistrelle is the smallest described species of bat in Australia. These bats sport a long tail, brown and yellow fur, and rounded triangular ears. They were a social species, which roosting communally in tree hollows and other stands of vegetation, emerging to feed upon various insects and other invertebrates. Once incredibly common throughout the island, the population of Christmas Island pipistrelle declined dramatically in the 1990s, and by 2009, only 20 individuals were heard and only one seen. None have been seen since. And the species is presumed to be extinct. The cause of the Christmas Island pipistrelle's decline is unknown, and several potential threats have been suggested, including predation or disturbance at roost sites by introduced species such as the common wolf snake, giant centipede, yellow crazy ant, black rat, and feral cat. It has also been speculated that an unidentified health threat or poisoning from the insecticide fipronil used to control yellow crazy ant supercolonies would be responsible for the bat's sudden extinction. As always, take care, my guys, gals, non-binary pals. Happy birthday, Aura.